A means not, and Jita means conquered. Nobody can conquer God. He conquers everyone. But devotee can conquer. Although God is Ajita, he becomes Jita, conquered by his devotees by holy name, chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna. So I welcome all the devotees on the early morning call today. May I know who's there on the call today?
Hare Krishna Mataji and Hare Krishna to all the devotees. This is Surrender from Maryland. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Surendra Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam, Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. Thank you so much for joining in your wonderful chanting early morning.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharajas. This is Radha Seva from Gaithersburg, Maryland.
Hare Krishna, Radha Seva Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. Thank you so much for joining.
Hare Krishna Mataji and Hare Krishna to all the devotees on this call. This is Geeta from Maryland. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Gita Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. Thank you so much for joining and your wonderful chanting.
Hare Krishna Mataji, this is Amrita Mani Devidasi. Dhanvat Pranam to you and all the assembled devotees. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Maharaj. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Amrit Mani Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. Thank you so much for joining and early morning chanting Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji and Hare Krishna to all devotees. This is Malini from Ashburn, Virginia. And I would like to thank all the devotees for praying for my aunt who departed on Monday. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Malini Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. Thank you so much for joining and early morning chanting Hare Krishna. Yes, Mataji. We all prayed for your Masi. Hare Krishna. Thank you all devotees. Anybody else would like to announce their name?
Hare Krishna Mataji, Madhavan Pranam to you and all the devotees on the call. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. This is Rupini Padma Devidasi from Delhi, India.
Hare Krishna, Rupini Padma Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. Thank you so much for joining from Delhi. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances and Hare Krishna to everyone. This is Aishwarya from Bangalore, India. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Aishwarya Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. Thank you so much for joining, and I think you joined first time, right, Mataji? So let us welcome Aishwarya Mataji by chanting 3 times Hari Bol. Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
Hari Bol. Hari Bol. Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
I think Mataji may be joining second time. I think he joined earlier also, if I remember.
Yes, Prabhuji. This is second time.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you,
Hare
Surendra.
Krishna.
Yeah. Okay. Anybody else like to announce their name? Otherwise, Mataji has joined. Today we are so fortunate to have Her Grace Amrit Matri Mataji from Bangalore, India, and Mataji will enlighten us on Srimad Bhagavatam 8.16, 18.6 and onwards. So, Hare Krishna Mataji, please take over the call if you are ready. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, my humble obeisances to all of you in the call. Mamrita Madhuri Devidasi from Bangalore, India. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga. I will start the call in half a minute. I want to set my camera properly. Just give me half a minute. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Sure, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Yes.
Hare, Hare.
Okay. Hare Krishna, my dear devotees. Let us start our today's class with the prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशकारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्य ईश्वरं। हरि ओम तत्सत्। Okay, so we continue Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 18, Text 6 onwards. द्वादश्यां सविता तिष्ठन् मध्यं दिनगतो नृपा विजया नाम सा प्रोक्ता यस्यां जन्म विदुर्हरे। Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 18, Text 6, translation by Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada. O King, when the Lord appeared on Dwadashi, the 12th day of the moon, the sun was at the meridian. As every learned scholar knows, this Dwadashi is called Vijaya. Actually, sun at the meridian means it is Madhyana. That's why the word Madhyan Dina Gaton Ripa. Madhyan means Madhya, Madhyam Dina, in the center of the day. So that is afternoon. The afternoon, Vaman Dev was born. There's no purport for this. So Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 18, Text 7. But before we proceed, we just will see the breakup of this particular chapter, Canto 8, Chapter 18. Here we will see how Vamanadev has his glorious birth, how his parents are happy. You see, now Canto 8, Chapter 18, verses 1 to 12 talks about the appearance of Lord Vamana and the joy of the universe. Not just the parents, how happy is the universe. So who are all included there? The details are here in Subodhini. On Shravana Dwadasi, the Lord first appears in a beautiful four-handed form and later transforms into dwarf Brahmana boy. All the residents of the universe celebrate the auspicious event. Who all? We will see it in the shlokas. Then 13th verse to 19th verse, we see sacred thread ceremony of Lord Vamanadeva. Means samskaras performed for Vamanadeva and gifts offered to him by various personality will be listed. Then 20th verse to 32nd verse, we see Vamanadeva enters Bali Maharaja's sacrificial arena. That is from 20th verse to 25th verse, we see at Vamana's arrival at Bhrugu Kacha, his effulgence robs the splendor of everyone in the Bali's sacrificial arena. The priests welcome him. And 26th verse to 32nd verse, we see how Bali Maharaja welcomes Vamanadeva, washes his feet, feels fortunate to receive him, and requests him to take from him anything he wants. So there the chapter ends. This is the breakup. So let's get back to Canto 8, Chapter 18, text number 7, Srimad Bhagavatam. So, Shankadundubhayo Nidur Mridanga Panavanagaha Chitravaditraturyanam Nirgoshastumulo Bhavad. The Shanka, Dundubayo, Nedur, Mridanga, Panavanaka. So we see the translation, Canto 8, Chapter 18, text number 7. Conch shells, kettle drums, panavas and anakas vibrated in concert. The sound of these and various other instruments was tumultuous. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 18, Text 8, as there is no purport for the previous words. Most of these verses do not have a purport. So we are seeing how at the birth of Vamanadeva, what sounds are heard, and who is happy, and what happens, and who comes, who gives gifts, all these details in the next verses. But there is no purport for many of these verses. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 18, Text 8. Pritascha nrityan. Pritascha apsarascha nrityani. See, Pritascha apsaraso nrityan gandharva pravarajaguhu tuštuvur munayo deva manavaha pitarum gnayaha. So, translation by Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Being very pleased, the celestial dancing girls called Apsaras danced in jubilation. The best of the Gandharvas sang songs, and the great sages, demigods, Manus, Pitas, and fire gods offered prayers to satisfy the Lord. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 18, texts 9 and 10. No purport for the previous verse. And no purport for these verses also. Siddha Vidyadhara Ganaha Sakim Purusha Kinnaraha Charana Yaksha Rakshamsi Suparna Bhujagotamaha Gayanto Tiprasam Santo Gayanto Tiprasham Santo Nrityanto Vibudhanugaha Aditya Ashrama Padam Kusumai Samavakiran. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 18, texts 9 and 10, translation. The Siddhas, Vidyadharas, Kim Purushas, Kinnaras, Charanas, Yakshas, Rakshasas, Suparnas, the best of the serpents, and the followers of the demigods all showered flowers on Aditi's residence, covering the entire house, while glorifying and praising the Lord and dancing. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 18, Text 11. No word for the previous verse. Drishtvaditistam nijagarbhasambhavam grihita deham nijayogamaya Prajapatischahajayiti visnita. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 18, Text 11, translation. When Aditi saw the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who had appeared from her own womb, having accepted a transcendental body by his own spiritual potency, she was struck with wonder and was very happy. Upon seeing the child, Prajapati Kashyapa exclaimed, Jaya, Jaya, in great happiness and wonder. Bhakti, there's no purport for this. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 18, Text 12. Yattadvapurbhati vibhushanayudhair avyaktachidyaktamadharayadhari babhuvatenaiva savamanubhatu sampashyator divyagatiryatanata. So, Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 18, Text 12, translation by Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada. The Lord appeared in his original form with ornaments and weapons in his hands. Although this ever-existing form is not visible in the material world, he nonetheless appeared in this form. Then, in the presence of his father and mother, he assumed the form of Vamana, a Brahmana dwarf, a brahmachari, just like a theatrical actor. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada. The word Nataha is significant. An actor changes dress to play different parts, but is always the same man. Similarly, as described in the Brahma Samhita 5.33 and 39, the Lord assumes many thousands and millions of forms. Advaitam Achyutam Anadim Ananta Rupam Adyam Purana Purusham. He is always present with innumerable incarnations. Ramadimurtishu Kala Niyamena Tishtan Nanavataramakarod Bhavaneshu Kintu. Nonetheless, although he appears in various incarnations, they are not different from one another. He is the same person with the same potency, the same eternity, and the same spiritual existence. But he can simultaneously assume various forms. When Vamanadeva appeared from the womb of his mother, he appeared in the form of Narayana with 4 hands equipped with necessary symbolic weapons, and then immediately transformed himself into a brahmachari, Vatu. This means that his body is not material. One who thinks that the Supreme Lord assumes a material body is not intelligent. He has to learn more about Lord's position. As confirmed in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 4, verse 9, Janma karma chame divyam evam yoveti tattvataha, means one has to understand the transcendental appearance of the Lord in his original transcendental body, Sachidananda Vigraha. So now we can see here how the Lord has appeared. Prabhupada explains how the Lord appeared, and his appearance, we should not take it cheaply by comparing it to any other ordinary man. We should not consider his body as material, because even Ishopanishad says that the Lord is Omkara, and the Lord is complete. And whatever comes from Lord is also complete. And Lord has a form, and Lord's form is covered by a veil of effulgence. And in Ishopanishad, the author asks the Lord to lift his veil of effulgence and show the beautiful face hiding behind, which means the Lord has a face. According to Ishopanishad also, Lord has a face. So Lord also has a effulgence as his covering. That does not mean that Lord is effulgence. If Lord's face is covered by effulgence, it does not mean that Lord is effulgence. Lord's face emits the effulgence, but it is coming from the face. Lord has a form. So Lord can change his form, but every form is equally potent and equally eternal, equally powerful, says Prabhupada. So we cannot take Lord's form cheaply. Rather, if we understand the value of Lord's form, Lord's name, Lord's glories, Lord's paraphernalia, Lord's devotees, Lord's process called Bhakti Yoga, if we understand all these things completely, then we will surrender to Krishna, and that happens automatically. If we really understood, we will really surrender. When we really surrender, we will go back to Godhead. That's why Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, the one who knows my janma, that is my birth, the one who knows my karma, janma, karma, chame, these are all as transcendental. They will not take another birth once they quit their body. Tyaktva deha punarjanma naiti. So once they quit their body, they do not get another body. They come back to me. So that is if you understand. If you don't understand, the Lord condemns such people in Bhagavad Gita in a very bad way, saying only avajananti mam muda, only mudhas, only fools and rascals do not understand me as transcendental. So that is what is explained here by Srila Prabhupada. With Vamanadeva, though he changed to a little dwarf's boy body, that body is also transcendental, that body is spiritual, and that body is equally powerful. And we will see how powerful is little Vamanadeva very soon in the next few months. So now we go to the next verse. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 18, text number 13. Tambatum Vamanam Drishtva Mudamana Maharshaya Karmani Karayam Asuhu Puraskritya Prajapatim. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 18, Text 13, Translation. When the great sages saw the Lord as the brahmachari dwarf Vamana, they were certainly very pleased. Thus they placed before them Kashyapa Muni, the Prajapati, and performed all the ritualistic ceremonies such as the birthday ceremony. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada. According to Vedic civilization, when a child is born in the family of a Brahmana, the birthday ceremony, known as Jata Karma, is first performed, and then other ceremonies are also gradually performed. But when this Vamana Rupa appeared in the form of a Vatu or Brahmachari, his sacred thread ceremony was also performed immediately. So, you see, Prabhupada is explaining about what are the samskaras, what are the rituals that are being generally performed, and here for Vamanadeva, what was performed. So here, when he is born in this Brahmana family, the Jata Karma or birthday was performed, and soon after that, this he was given sacred thread also. Sacred thread ceremony also was performed because he was already a little boy and he was ready for it. Like Shukadeva Goswami, when he's born, he was 16 years old. Like that, he was also a little boy now, and why he was little boy? He was in a very great hurry to go and meet Bali, his devotee. That you'll get to know in some verses later. Vamana Deva, we will see that in the verse 20, how he remembers. As soon as he is ready with all the rituals performed, he is only thinking of Bali. That you see in verse 20. But let's go through verse 14 now. Canto 8, chapter 18, text 14, Srimad Bhagavatam. तस्योपनीयामानस्य सावित्रीं सविताब्रवीत् बृहस्पतिर्ब्रह्मसूत्रं मिखलां कश्यपो ददात्. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 18, Text 14, Translation. At the sacred thread ceremony of Vamanadeva, the sun god personally uttered the Gayatri mantra. Brihaspati offered the sacred thread, and Kashyapa Muni offered straw bed. No purport. So as you can see, now already his Jata Karma over. Sacred thread ceremony also is being done, and in sacred thread ceremony, we see that all the people come and give gifts to the new Vatu. Vatu means the one who is getting sacred thread, that little boy is called as Vatu. So the Vatu is being blessed with gifts by Brihaspati, by Kashyapa, and by Sun God. Sun God uttered Gayatri Mantra. And then who else gives what? That follows next. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, Bhakti, water. Thank you. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 18, Text 15. Tadau Tadau Krishna Jinam Bhumir. See, you should hear the wordings, then you get the breakup. Tadau means give. Krishna Jina means the skin of a deer. Who is giving? Bhumir. Tadau Krishna Jinam Bhumir Dandam Somo Vanaspatihi Kaupina Chadanam Mata Tayuschatram Jagatapate. See? Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 18, Text 15, translation by Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Mother Earth gave him a deer skin, that is Krishna Jina, and the demigod of the moon, that is Soma, who is the king of the forest, gave him Brahma Dandam, Somo Vanaspati, the rod of the Brahmachari. His mother, Aditi, gave him cloth for underwear. That is Kaupina Chadanam Mata. Mother gives him. And the deity presiding over the heavenly kingdom offered him an umbrella. Dyaus Chatram is Chatri, means umbrella. Chatram Jagatapate. Who is Jagatapate? The master of the whole universe. That is, see, and the deity presiding over the heavenly kingdom offered him an umbrella. No purport. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 18, Text 16. As you can see, last time I tried to pronounce these shlokas in this tune, but I could not because I was just learning. I struggled for every mantra, but from that time till now, since I have been reading it in the same tune, I am able to recite in the same tune. Why I like to recite in this tune is when we read slowly, we can almost understand the Sanskrit words because every language, be it Marathi, Hindi, or Bengali, or Kannada, Telugu, we all have these most of the Sanskrit words in our language. So if you attentive, if we pronounce it properly and if we hear it attentively, we can grasp the meaning. So if we can understand the meanings of these verses, while we hear then and then respectfully hear that and in the mood of appreciation, that's also a very nice devotional service to Srimad Bhagavatam and to Krishna himself. So last time I really struggled and I was feeling really terrible. Every mantra make me felt like a loser and I was feeling very sad. If you go back to recording, you can see I was struggling, but Krishna is very merciful. He's given me the tune this time. So you try to pay attention, then you can understand so much even before we read the translation. You should try to get the meaning before even you hear the translation. Okay. So now the next shloka is a little long, same tune. No, it's a short one. Kamandalum Veda Garbha Pushan Saptarshayo Daduhu Akshamalam Maharaja Saraswatya Vyayatmanaha. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 18, Text number 16. O King, Lord Brahma offered a water pot to the inexhaustible Supreme Personality of Godhead. So this is told here, Kamandalum, that's a water pot. We know Kamandala means everybody knows, Rishi. So water pot, Veda Garbha means Lord Brahma. So, O King, Lord Brahma offered a water pot to the inexhaustible Supreme Personality of Godhead. Kushan Saptarshayo Daduhu Kusha. Kusha is Kusha grass, right? So the seven sages, Saptarishi, Saptarshayo Daduhu. Daduhu is giving Dadati. So the seven sages offered him Kusha grass and Mother Saraswati gave him a string of Rudraksha beads. Saraswatyavayatmanaha. So here Akshamalam Maharaja. Akshamalam is string of Rudraksha beads. Mala, you can make it such bead. So the string of Rudraksha beads is given by Saraswatyavayatmanaha. Saraswati has given. Mother Saraswati gave him a string of Rudraksha beads. No purport. So we go to Canto 8, Chapter 18, text number 17. Tasma ityupanit. Tasma ityupanit. Nitaya. Tasman ityupanitaya. Tasma iti. Tasma ityupanitaya. Yaksharat patrikam adat. Bhiksham bhaga umadad ambika sati. So, Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 18, Text 17, translation. When Vamanadeva had thus been given the sacred thread, Kuvera, the king of the Yakshas, gave him a pot for begging alms. Yaksharat Patrikam Patra means bowl. Yaksharat Patrikam Adat. So yeah, the king of the Yakshas gave him a pot of for begging alms. Then and Mother Bhagavati, the wife of Lord Shiva and most chaste mother of the entire universe, gave him his first alms. Bhiksham Bhagavati Sakshat. Bhiksha is given by who? Bhagavati. Sakshat Bhagavati given. Bhiksha. Uma. Who is that Bhagavati? Uma Dad Ambika Sati. Who is Ambika? The mother of the universe. The Sati, the chaste lady. Uma. She, who is Bhagavati, who gave him Bhiksha. See how beautiful. If we can recite it in this tune. This tune I felt is by far the best tune I learned from His Grace Gaurang Darshan Prabhu. And this is really helpful for me to understand and appreciate Bhagavatam. Better you all also learn it. So now you see, Canto 8, chapter. This somehow matches with most of the verses. So Canto 8, Chapter 18, text 18. Sa Brahma Varchasenaivam Sabham Sambhavito Vatuhu Brahmarshi Gana Sanjushtam Adyarochata Marishaha. So, Sa Brahma Varchasi Naivam. Brahma Varchasi. Evam, Brahma Varchas, Brahma Varchas. So he had Brahma Varchas. That's the meaning. You see, if you can break up, even before you read translation. Sabham. Sabha means in a gathering. Sambhavito Vatuhu. Vatu is he only, the little boy who just got his sacred thread. So you see, let us read the word to word, then you'll get it, whether we guessed it right or wrong. Sa means he, Vamanadeva. Brahma Varchasena, by his Brahman effulgence. So correct. Evam, in this way, Sabham, the assembly, it's also correct. Sambhavitaha, having been welcomed by everyone. Vatuhu, the brahmachari, then Brahmarshi Gana Sanjushtam. So Brahmarshi Gana is a group of brahmacharis. So what is it saying here? Let's see what proposes. Brahmarshi Gana Sanjushtam is filled with great Brahmana sages. See, we're getting it almost correct. Atyarochata Marishaha. So Marisha, Maricha Rushi, is it? Atyarochata means very happy, is it? Yes. Ati Arochata means surpassing, appeared beautiful. Okay. Ati Arochata means surpassing, means he was so beautiful, appeared beautiful. Marishaha means the best of the Brahmarshis. Okay. So let's see read the translation. Having thus been welcomed by everyone, Lord Vamanadeva, the best of the brahmacharis, exhibited his Brahman effulgence. Thus, he surpassed in beauty that entire assembly, which was filled with great saintly brahmanas. So beautiful, isn't it? See, if you can understand the meaning of the verses and then read the word to word and understand more clearly, and then read the translation and get the full gist, it is so beautiful. Reading Bhagavatam is so beautiful. This is what I learned from my last class for you to this class. Last class, I was really struggling to get the tune because when I was doing by myself, I was getting. When I was doing for you, I was not getting. Every verse was a failure. Krishna did it because he wanted me to know the difference and he wanted you to know the difference. That reading Sanskrit verses also matters. See, Prabhupada's purport is there, not there. I am giving my own purport. That Prabhupada only says that you should read from the beginning, from the first word to the last word, from cover to cover. So if that is the case, if we can actually, I'm trying to save time, so I don't read word to word for you all. But if we read, then we understand if we are really in the mood of understanding. See, first when you read the shloka, you have to understand. And then when you read word to word, wherever you could not understand, then you will understand. And then you read the translation, you understand more. So what happens? Your absorption happens. This is my experience. I'm sharing with you. Absorption in Srimad Bhagavatam happens. And when you're absorbed in Srimad Bhagavatam means you're absorbed in Krishna's thoughts. Then what happens? Krishna's qualities come in you. It means you become happy. He's Satchid Ananda Vigraha. He is a happy person. So we become happy. So you see, so we have read this 18th verse. Now we do, I even lost track of time. It's 5:25. Okay. So Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 18, Text 19, as there were no purports so far. Samidham ahitam vahnim kritva parishamu muhanam parishtirya samabhyarchya Samidbir Ajuhodvijaha. This I couldn't understand. Samidham Ahitam Vahnim. Vahni means fire. Kritva Parishamuhanam. So Samidham means blazing. Ahitam means being situated. Vahnim, the fire. So what's all this blazing fire? Probably he's looking as blazingly effulgent like fire. Let's read. But there should be some such curiosity when you read. Kritva, after making. Parisamuhanam, properly. Kritva parisamuhanam. Kritva parisamuhanam. So, Parishtirya samabhyarchya Parishtirya samabhyarchya Parishtirya surpassing Samabhyarchya after offering worship Samidbir ajuhodvijaha Samidibi means with sacrificial offerings. Ajuhod completed the fire sacrifice. Dvija, the best of the Brahmanas. So, what does that mean? Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Canto 8, Chapter 18, Text 19, translation by Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada. After Lord Sri Vamanadeva set a sacrificial fire, he offered worship and performed a fire sacrifice on the sacrificial field. Okay, no purport for this. So you see, so Vamana Deva, little boy, just born, he got his sacred thread. He came to this assembly. As soon as he's born, he is only thinking of Bali. You see, that's why he's there. So he came here and he even set a sacrificial fire. He offered worship and performed fire sacrifice on the sacrificial field. After Lord Sri Vamanadeva set a sacrificial fire, he offered worship and performed a fire sacrifice on the sacrificial field. Okay, then Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 18, Text 20. Shrutva swamedhairyajamanamurjitam balim bhrugunam upakalpitaistata jagama tatra kila sara sambrito Harena gam sannamayan pade pade. So you see, as soon as Bali, Vishnu, Vamandev appeared, he's thinking of his devotee Bali. So Balim Progunam Upakalpitaistata. The second line says that. So you see word to word, Shrutva, after hearing.
Ashwamedai, by Ashwamedha sacrifices. Shrutva Ashwamedair Yajamanam, the performer, Urjitam, very glorious, Balim, Bali Maharaj, Balim Bhrugunam, under the guidance of Brahmanas born in the Bhrugu dynasty, Balim Bhrugunam, Upakalpitais tata, Upakalpitai, performed, tataha, from that place. Jagama, Jagama went, Tatra, there, Akhila Sara Samrita, Supreme Personality of Godhead, the essence of all creation. So after performance, he went there. Um, Bharena means with the weight. Gam, the earth. Sannamayan, Pade, Pade, Sannamayan, depressing. Pade, Pade, at every step. So you see, translation, Canto 8, Chapter 18, Text 20, translation by Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. When the Lord heard that Bali Maharaj was performing Ashwamedha sacrifices under the patronage of Brahmanas belonging to the Bhrigu dynasty, the Supreme Lord, who is full in every respect, proceeded there to show his mercy to Bali Maharaj. By his weight, he pushed down the earth with every step. He was very short but very heavy. So he pushes down the earth with every step. Purport by Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is Akhila Sara Samrita. In other words, he is a proprietor of everything essential in this material world. Thus, although the Lord was going to Bali Maharaj to beg something, he is always complete and has nothing to beg from anyone. Indeed, he is so powerful that in his full opulence, he pressed down the surface of the earth at every step. You see? So beautiful. Here, see, when Vamanadeva is walking, he's pressing down the earth, that the earth is going down. That shows how powerful he is. How powerful. That he's going to Bali Maharaj for what? For begging. So Prabhupada says, Lord is complete, he doesn't need to beg. In fact, he's the giver of everything to Bali Maharaj. Whatever Bali Maharaj attained, the three worlds, who created that world? Vamanadev created. Then who gave energy to Bali Maharaj and capacity to Bali Maharaj to get it from the Lord's creation? Vamanadev only gave him the strength. And now who is going to beg? Vamanadev only is going to beg. Vamanadev created. Vamanadev gave him the energy to conquer. And now Vamanadev is going like a beggar. Does he have to be a beggar? No. He is all powerful. He is all capable. He is the proprietor of everything. He doesn't need to go and beg. He is the creator. But he is going like a beggar. That is the beauty. That is the Leela. That's the beautiful pastime. So he could have easily then Bali Maharaj destroyed and he could have taken and given. No, he doesn't do that. Why? Because Bali is very dear devotee of Vamanadeva. And with devotees, the Lord really likes to spend time. You see whether it's Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha, they are Jaya Vijaya, how much time he spent fighting with them. How much time. That when Hiranyaksha was fought by the Lord, at that time he fights for so long with Hiranyaksha in the form of a boar that Brahma and the other devatas get a little worried and tensed. Sometimes when they to see the Lord once falling down or something, they get worried. They say, "Now please don't play with this fellow. Now you finish him because at night means now he'll become even more powerful." Means they're indirectly fearing that night if the Asura becomes more powerful, Lord may become less in front of him and it may be difficult to win. Like that, they're fearing. So at that time, the boar avatar, Varahadev, he gets little amused by the fear of these Brahma and others. And then in one shot, with one shot on the ear, he finishes Hiranyaksha and he rescues Mother Earth. So what we understand is for the Lord to finish is not a difficult thing. But then why he takes so much time of fighting and all that Brahma will be under tension and Brahma will say finish him fast? Why? Because they are his devotees. Some of these asuras, like Hiranyakashipu, they are his devotees, and he likes to spend time with the devotees, even if they come as enemies. He likes to spend some time fighting with them and enjoying beating them, getting beaten by them. He really finds it very thrilling. And so, therefore, here we see that even Bali Maharaj, he was the Asura, and Vamanadev has had to fight in a very sweet way. He chose to fight in a sweet way with him. He didn't choose to destroy Bali. He is always known as the protector of his devotees. How will he destroy him? Then how will he get it without fighting with his devotee? So he's begging. So that is the charming thing, that he is begging and to make Bali more glorious. Therefore, this word says, Balim Brugunam Upakalpitaistatam. So here, where is the word mercy coming? So yes, anyway, in the translation, it's Prabhupada writes, and Lord heard that Bali Maharaj was performing Ashwamedh sacrifice under the patronage of Brahmanas belonging to Bhrigu dynasty. Supreme Lord, who is full in every respect, proceeded there to show his mercy to Bali Maharaj. You see, so he proceeded there to show his mercy. The Lord wanted to be merciful in a very big way to Bali Maharaj. That is what is explained here. And so while he goes, he's also showing his power. Though he's going as little boy, how powerful he is, his every step speaks. Actions speak louder than words. So now we'll read this one more verse and maybe, okay, few more verses we can read. We still have time. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 18, Text 21. तं नर्मदा तं नर्मदायास्तट उत्तरे बलेर्यरित्विजस्ते भृगुकच्छ सम्यके प्रवर्तयन्तो भृगवः क्रतुत्तमं व्यचक्षतारात् उदितं यतारवीम्. What does that mean? Tam means him, Vamanadeva. Narmadaya, of the river Narmada. Oh, Tam Narmadayas Tata Uttare Baler. Tata is a banks and Uttara is a Uttara direction, Baler. You see? Tam, him Vamanadeva, Narmadaya, of the river Narmada, Tate, on the bank, Uttare, northern, Bale, of Maharaja Bali. See, so clear now. Yeah, Ritvijaste. Ye means who? Ritvija. The priests engage in ritualistic ceremonies. Te, all of them. Bhrugukacha Samyake. Bhrugukacha Samyake means in the field name Bhrugukacha. Okay. Pravartayanto. Pravartayanta means performing. Bhragava Kratuttamam. Bhragava. All the descendants of Bhrigu. Kratu Uttamam, the most important sacrifice, named Ashwamedha. Vyachakshatarad. Vyachakshatarad. Vyachakshata means they observed. Chakshu is eyes, no? So Vyachakshata means they observed. Arad, nearby. Uditam yatha ravim. Uditam, uday ho raha hai. Ravi is Suryadev. So Uditam, risen, yatha, like Ravim, the sun. You see? While engaged in performing the sacrifice in the field known as Bhrugukacha, on the northern bank of the Narmada river, the Brahminical priests, the descendants of Bhrigu, saw Vamanadeva to be like the sun rising nearby. So this was the translation of Canto 8, Chapter 18, Text 21. I repeat, while engaged in performing the sacrifice in the field known as Bhrugukacha, on the northern bank of Narmada river, the Brahminical priests, the descendants of Bhrigu, saw Vamanadeva to be like the sun rising nearby. So Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 18, Text 22. Te ritvijo yajamana sadasya te ऋत्विजो यजमान सदस्या हतत्विषो वामन तेजसा नृपा हतत्विषो वामन तेजसा नृपा सूर्य किलायाति उत वा विभावसु सनत्कुमारोऽथ दिदिक्षया कृतो. So they, all of them, Ritvija, the priests, Yajamana, as well as Bali Maharaj, who had engaged them in performing the yajna, Sadasya, all the members of the assembly. So, Te Ritvijo Yajamana Sadasya. Okay. Then Hatatvisho means decreased in their bodily effulgence. Vamana Tejasa Nripa Vamana Tejasa, by the brilliant effulgence of Lord Vamana, Nripa, O king, Surya Kilayati Utava, Surya the sun, Kila, whether Ayati is coming, Utava, either Vibhavasu means the fire god, Sanat Kumarotha, Sanat Kumara, the Kumara known as Sanat Kumara, Atha, either Didrikshaya Krato, Didrikshaya, with the desire to observe, Krato, the sacrificial ceremony. So, Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 18, Text 22, translation by Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada. O king, because of Vamana Deva's bright effulgence, the priests, along with Bali Maharaj and all other members of the assembly, were robbed of their splendor. Thus they began to ask one another whether the sun god himself, Sanat Kumara, or the fire god had personally come to see the sacrificial ceremony. No purport. So when little Vamana came, he was so effulgent that the great effulgent sages there and Bali Maharaj's effulgence all appeared to got robbed by simply because you see, if we have a small candle and if you have a big sun, you hold the candle's light looks very small. The same way you take away the sun, then candle's effulgence in the darkness looks very effulgent. So if you want to take away somebody's effulgence, then you should bring something more effulgent, and that's what happened here. That when Vamanadeva came, everybody's effulgence got robbed. No purport. Now, Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 18, Text 23. Ittam satishyeshu bhrugushvanekada vitakyamano bhagavan savamanaha chatram sadandam sajalam kamandalum vishesha bhibrat vatam Dhayamedhavatam Visheshabhibradhayamedhavatam Vatam. Okay. So Ittam in this way, Sashisheshu with their disciples, Brugushu among the Brugus, Anekada in many ways, Vitarkyamanaha being talked and argued about. Tarka is argument, no? So Vitarkamanaya Manaha means being talked and argued about. Bhagavan, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sa that Vamanaha, Lord Vamana, Chatram, umbrella, Sa Dandam with the rod. Sa means with, Dandam is rod. Sa Jalam in filled with water. Kamandalum, water pot, Vishesha, Vivesha entered, Vibrat, taking in hand, Hayameda of the Ashwamedha sacrifice, Vatam, the arena. Okay. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 18, Text 23, translation by Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada. While the priests of the Bhrigu dynasty and their disciples talked and argued in various ways, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vamanadeva, holding in his hands the rod, the umbrella, and a water pot full of water, entered the arena of the Ashwamedha sacrifice. No purport. So you see, Bhrigu's dynasty and their priests of Bhrigu dynasty and their disciples were just observing the Lord coming. They were arguing on some topic maybe about him and the time Lord appears. How does he appear? How does he make his royal entry? With holding some rod and an umbrella and a water pot. That's all. He enters the arena where Ashwamedh sacrifice was being carried out. Then verses 24 and 25 we will read, and I think see how much can we read? We can. I think we'll stop at that much. We'll read these two verses now. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 18, text 24 and 25. Manuja Maun Maunja Mekalaya Vitam Upavita Chinottaram Jatilam Vamanam Vipram Maya Manavakam Harim Pravishtam Vikshya Pragavaha Sashishyaste Saha Agnibi Pratyagrinan Samuthaya Sanshiptastasya Chejasa. So you see, Maunya means made of munja straw. Mekhalaya with the belt. Vitam circled. Upavita Chinottaram. Upavita sacred thread. Achina Uttaram wearing a deer skin upper garment. Jatilam having matted locks of hair. Vamanam Lord Vamana. Vipram a Brahmana. Maya Manavakam the illusory son of a human being. See Maya Manava. See how they're telling. He's not Manava, he's a Maya Manava. Illusory son of a human being. Harim, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Pravishtam entered. Vikshya seeing. Bhrigavaha, the priests who were descendants of Bhrigu. Sashishyaha with their disciples. They, all of them. Sa Agnibihi with the fire sacrifice. Pratyagridan properly welcomed. Samuthaya standing up. Sanshiptaha being diminished. Tasya his tejasa by brilliance. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 18, texts 24 and 25, translation by Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Appearing as a Brahmana boy, wearing a belt of straw, a sacred thread, an upper garment of deer skin, and matted locks of hair, Lord Vamanadeva entered the arena of sacrifice. His brilliant effulgence diminished the brilliance of all the priests and their disciples, who thus stood from their seats and welcomed the Lord properly by offering obeisances. See, by seeing the effulgence only, they are so much, he commanded the respect that they all stopped their work, stood up, and greeted this little Brahmana boy. Little boy. They are great sages, but they respected by seeing his great effulgence. They could see that he was not ordinary. As we saw in the previous verse, you see Agnidev who came in disguise of a little boy, or who is he who has come? That kind of respect is there. So then, okay, we'll read two more verses. Canto 8, Chapter 18, text 26. Yajamana pramudito darshaniyam manoramam rupanurupa vayavam tasmasanam aharat. So Yajamana, Bali Maharaj, who had engaged all the priests in performing the sacrifice. Yajamana means the leader. So here he has he's been described as a leader by saying he engaged all the priests in performing sacrifice. Pramuditaha, being very jubilant. Oh, Yajamana is becoming very jubilant. See, Bali Maharaj very jubilant. Darshaniyam, pleasing to see. Darshaniyam, manoramam. Manoramam, so beautiful. Rupanurupa vayavam. Rupa, with beauty. Anurupa, equal to his bodily beauty. Avayavam, avayavam means all different parts of the body. Tasmai, tasma, unto him. Asanam, a sitting place. Aharat, offered. See? Translation, Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 18, text 26, translation by Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Bali Maharaj, jubilant at seeing Lord Vamanadeva, whose beautiful limbs contributed equally to the beauty of his entire body, offering him a seat with great satisfaction. So, who became most jubilant was Bali Maharaj. Why? Because my teacher told that he sensed that it must be my most dear Lord Vishnu, and he does not want to tell everybody that he's secretly worshipping Vishnu in his heart, because all his friends and team members are asuras and they are enemies of Vishnu. So that was a secret. Therefore, he secretly became so jubilant. There's no purport. So jubilant, so jubilant. You see how he's behaving. Bali Maharaj jubilant at seeing Lord Vamanadeva, whose beautiful limbs. So see, Vamanadeva is so beautiful. Not just his, some people's face is beautiful, some people's palms and nails are beautiful, some people's feet is beautiful, but his every part of the body was so much beautiful, as if in competition with equally beautiful with every other part of the body. So you see, whose beautiful limbs contributed equally to the beauty of his entire body, offered him a seat with great satisfaction. Why great satisfaction? Just imagine your dearmost secret, dearmost God comes home and he says, keep it a secret. And you are able to recognize and you're supposed to keep it a secret, then you will be so jubilant, so jubilant. So that is what has happened to him, and he will be so satisfied to offer him anything and to make any small exchanges with the Lord, and that's how Bali Maharaj felt. See, offered him a seat with great satisfaction. Where is that word? Great satisfaction. Um, um, Offered. Yeah. Pramuditaha, second line. No, first line only. Yajamana pramudito darshaniyam manoramam. Yajamana pramudita is very jubilant. Yes. So now we have to stop. I didn't want to, but I'm stopping because the time has exceeded. It's 51 now. We stop. It's more and more interesting. Okay, we end it here. Thank you very much, my dear devotees. Hare Krishna. Open to
Hare
comments
Krishna.
or questions. Hare Krishna. Open to questions or comments. Oh, Suchitra Sarvapriya Mataji has raised her hand. Has she got any question?
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam.
Very nice to see you, Mataji. आपने इतने अच्छे से समझाया, बहुत ही अच्छे से। हम लोग को ऐसे लगा कि हम लोग वामन भगवान के मतलब पास टाइम में ही चले गए हैं। पूरा टाइम हम लोग घर ही थे, ऐसे लग रहा था कि बलि महाराज के यज्ञ में ही हम लोग चले गए हैं। तो बहुत अच्छे से आपने समझाया और आपने ये भी बताया कि हम लोगों को भागवतम के श्लोक कैसे पढ़ना चाहिए। इतने सुंदर ढंग से आपने पढ़ा और हमें एक एग्जाम्पल के तौर पे समझाया, तो ये रियली मुझे बहुत हेल्प होगा भागवतम स्टडी करने के लिए। तो मैं बहुत बहुत आपको थैंक यू बोलना चाहती हूँ। हरे कृष्ण माता जी, थैंक यू सो मच।
Thank you very much. So for those who didn't understand what she spoke, she told that she was very happy with the explanation of how Vamanadev appeared in the arena. She felt like she became a part of the pastime, as if she's there in the pastime. It is His Holiness Radha Govind Swami Maharaj says, when the Bhagavatam is explained without adulteration and when it is heard with full attention, then the hearer feels like he is a part of the Leela. So I really congratulate Her Grace Sarvapriya Suchitra Mataji for really attentively hearing, and so she felt like a part of the pastime. And she also said that it was nice to learn how to recite because she's a student of Bhakti Vaibhava course and she has to learn Bhagavatam. She has to learn shlokas. So for those who have the challenge of learning shlokas, this is going to help. Actually, for me, it helped because I am learning shlokas and I was always looking for a way I was making my own tunes. But after I learned from His Grace Gaurang Darshan Prabhu, Mukunda Mala Stotra verses, I didn't even by heart. I just learned a few first three shlokas only, and we were trying to recite. But I just felt that that particular tune we can apply maybe for other verses, and most of the verses we can apply. Most of the verses. So wherever we can apply, if we apply, when we apply, what happens is the words, we are supposed to pronounce every single letter. If we miss a letter, we are out of tune. If we want to, if we want to fix the tune, then we cannot miss any letter. When we don't miss a letter and when we try to sing in the tune, we will naturally go a little slow. When we go slow and when we pronounce every single letter, some of the words we understand the meaning. For those words which we don't understand, if we read word to word, we will understand that also. Then we read the translation, then we get real clarity and we feel great joy of being with Bhagavatam. So now I have understood that why Prabhupada said don't miss any word to word, anything, read every single line, what is written in Bhagavatam, is that it helps us to get absorbed. If we really read properly, it helps us to get absorbed. And when we're absorbed in the pastime, we are able to feel the exact, it's like absorbed means what? You're not thinking of anything else in the world and you're only with the Bhagavatam. That means you're with the Leela. That means you're watching the Leela or you're getting a clear realization about the Leela, something like that. So now I understood that Prabhupada asked us to read every single word only because he wanted us to get absorbed. And we are very grateful to Srila Prabhupada for taking so much pain to give word to word meanings, which I was always not reading. And after trying to recite this way, all because of His Grace Gaurang Darshan Prabhu's recitations, I started understanding, and then I wanted to understand more. And so, if you all also can read yourself, then when you pay attention to the words, probably you will develop the taste in case you have not yet developed. That's all. So, thank you very much for pointing it out, Har Grace Suchitra Sarvapriya Mataji. Nice to hear from you. Hare Krishna. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to my teacher, His Grace Gaurang Darshan Prabhu, and all glories to Prabhupada, who took so much pain to write in detail, word to word, translation, shloka in Sanskrit, in English, and thus making our life in Krishna consciousness very beautiful. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Mataji. All glories to you also. You are also my teacher, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna. Yes, anyone else has any comment or question?
Hare Krishna Mataji,
If not, we
Pranam,
can.
all glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Thank you so much, Mataji, for the wonderful class, for teaching us the meter recitation, and also,
Your
the
volume is
words.
low, Prabhu. Little bit. Can you speak loudly? I couldn't hear you,
Okay.
Prabhu.
Okay. Mataji, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Mataji. For teaching us the meter to recite the verses, and also, you went through the wonderful appearance of the Lord today. So it's feeling so nice to hear the Lord's Vamanadev's appearance in the morning. And you mentioned a point about he came to give mercy to Bali Maharaj, and thank you so much for stressing that point, because we know Bali Maharaj is a Kripa Siddha. He got mercy from the Lord. He was not practicing devotee as much as like a sadhana Siddha. And in previous classes, we were discussing how he was having a lot of opulence. He took over the different lokas, took over all the opulence of the demigods. But now he's going to be the Acharya for surrender. So how did he come to that state of being the great Acharya for Atmanivedanam? And yeah, I think the point you mentioned clearly, describes why he got that mercy, because the Lord came to give his mercy to him. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhu. For me, it was like a nice revision from your own comment. It was very beautiful. I had forgotten that I had also mentioned that he's Kripa Siddha. That part I have forgotten completely. You reminded me. Thank you so much. Yes. Yes, let us see. There's so much going to happen in the future. So much. The story we may know, but the little details I did not know. The little details of the glories of Vamanadev and the glories of Bali, we will be learning in future. And yeah, that's a good point that why he is Mahabhagavata devotee. If he is a Kripa Siddha, how Prahlad also is Mahabhagavata, one of the Mahabhagavata, and Bali also. Huh? So that part, whatever knowledge I have is insufficient. Maybe I have to find out. If you know, you can share, Prabhu. Apart
Mataji.
from he getting mercy from Vamanadev, you know any more point? You please share.
So one point I've heard is Bali Maharaj is very is following the instruction of his spiritual master Shukracharya, but we know Indra did not follow Brahaspati, and that's why he lost all his opulence. So he, even though Shukracharya later says not to serve Vishnu, and then he abandons his spiritual master because he's not aligned with sadhu and shastra. But just because he was following his spiritual master, he got all the opulence and also the mercy of the Lord. It's one way we can understand that.
Yeah, opulence he got, but why that is correct. But why he became Mahabhagavata Bhakta? He's one of the 12 Mahajanas. He's one of the
Yes.
12 Mahajanas. So that probably when we go through the details, see, one thing is that he ignores his guru who gave him life. His guru,
Yes.
he followed the guru, he pleased the guru, and so he became victorious. And after when he died, also he was woken up by his guru. Okay, he followed, but now the same guru he rejected. When he
Yes.
got no God came, then he rejected that guru who gave him life. He's okay with the God. I can die also like that. And he knowingly he gave. He maybe for all these reasons he is great. But is that all, or are there more points? That's what I don't know. In case you people are anyway daily hearing, some great speakers will come. You find out what all you can. I mean, what all points are there that makes him one of the Mahajanas, and that will be a step worth emulating for us also. We too should follow in his footsteps. No, 12 Mahajanas are there to set example for us. So whichever speaker comes, try to get that point out. What made him a Mahajana? One I know, as you said, is that he rejected his own guru who gave him life, who because of whom he became victorious, because of whom he got back his life. That guru he rejects just to please Krishna. For Krishna, he was ready to do anything. And right from the entry time, he's very jubilant. He's all excited that my Lord came, my Lord came, my Lord came. For him, I can give my life. For him, I can give my life. That itself, give my life means what? He's willing to give everything. That is the last, right? What do you call that? Bhakti as?
Atmanivedanam.
Atmanivedanam, yes. Atmanivedanam. So Atmanivedanam is giving, ready to give life. When God comes, ready to give anything to the Lord, that itself makes him qualified for that. But is that all, or is there more? That's what you just, if any good.
So I think we
Text.
learn more in the next few verses. There is an instance where the Lord, because he couldn't give 3 steps, only 2 steps he could give. he actually gets tied up, but he is
Yes.
very, still very humble and taking any punishment from the Lord without protesting. And even his wife and his grandfather Prahlad comes and says that he didn't do the right thing by thinking that he's a great charitable person, but the Lord came and did the right thing. So everybody was talking against him, but still he was accepting whatever the Lord's will.
Yes,
So
and
there
also
are a
one
few
point.
points we can learn.
Yeah, and one more point. When you tell, I remember the point. Thank you for reminding with your point, Prabhu. Yeah, and also our Gaurang Darshan Prabhu told that, as you rightly said, even wife also says negative about him. Grandfather says negative. Everybody, he see, because he was cursed by his teacher Shukracharya when he didn't listen to him. They may you lose everything. So his entire everybody's verbal support is cut when he is defeated. And that's when he also remembers that, see, I may be a landowner, I may give land in charity to you, but I am not given myself in charity like that. For the Lord, when He is giving the land is belonging to God, but He is not a part of land. Whenever we sell land, also our land goes to another person. We don't get sold out. So same way, Bali Maharaj was not sold out. So he says, there is still space on my head. This space now you can take as a third step. So means I will become yours. He was very happy to become Krishna's, Vamandev's part. He was very happy, and he didn't care if he lost everyone. He just wanted to please the Lord. Maybe that is why he's Mahajana, and maybe that's for me. It's a very big thing. Maybe that is the reason. I don't know, Prabhu. If you get to know any more reasons, you can tell. Nice, you brought out this point also. Thank you so much.
Thank
Hare
you so
Krishna.
much, Mataji. Your class is always very enlightening and very lively. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
And you helped to enlighten all of us too. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Yes, anybody else has any comment or question, or else we'll wind up. Today I don't see many questions. Okay, I think we can end the class.
Hare Krishna Mataji, I thought if somebody else has a question, I'll let them go. Thank you so much for this wonderful class as always. So I a little confused because they say that everybody cannot recognize an incarnation, right? So maybe others like Shukracharya also did not recognize the Lord. It's not that.
He recognized.
Sorry?
He recognized.
Oh, he did. Okay.
Yes.
So that's
That's why he says,
a
"Oh, this is Vishnu." He says, Bali, this is Vishnu. Don't give him. You know how he recognized? He had no, as you rightly said, he had no this my teacher has told. He had no capacity to recognize because he was not a pure devotee like Bali. He was, though his Kripa Siddhi, he was a devotee. He was a Kripa Siddha, but he was a devotee. So Krishna gave him the knowledge. Actually, Krishna gave Bali the knowledge, and Krishna only gave Shukracharya the knowledge that I am Vishnu. I am going to cheat your disciple. So you try to protect him by saying not to give. So these are the ideas given by Vamandev himself in the teacher Shukracharya's heart, so that when he speaks it out, Bali Maharaj, he knows my Bali is still not going to say no, and I want the world to know his glory, his heart, the world in the future also. Forever, everybody should know how great was Bali. So, with that desire, Vamanadev gave the little bit of enlightenment to Shukracharya, saying that I am Vishnu and I am going to take away everything from this fellow if he gives me the word like that. So because he got only selective enlightenment, only that much. Then after that Bali is going to get Sutala planet, and he's going to be the Vamandra is going to be the servant. That realization he didn't get. Shukracharya didn't get. Why? Because he didn't want to give. He wanted to give him only that much realization, which will make him speak such sentences against the Lord, so that world can understand that in spite of knowing that I'm going to lose everything, still he was willing to give himself to the Lord. To make this point clear, the Lord purposely gave this understanding um, uh, to to Shukracharya. And to Bali Maharaj also, he gave an idea that I am God. That much he made him understand to create that kind of environment in the heart of Bali Maharaj. I hope that helps. Is
Yes,
that
yes,
clear?
Mataji, very nice. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Welcome.
Beautiful.
I interrupted your question because the question itself was going little wrong, so I corrected. But you
Yes.
had to ask anything left? Anything left? Are you
No,
over?
I'm good, Mataji.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Shall we end the class? I don't think anybody else has questions. Yes, somebody can end the class.
So, Mataji, I don't know.
Hare
So,
Krishna,
I have
Mataji.
another last question.
Hare
I
Krishna.
just.
Okay.
Yeah, Hare.
Mataji, if you are asking the question, no problem. I think Shamarasika is on some other call and I am in office right now. So, Mataji, you can end the class today.
Yes.
Yeah, I would like to comment in brief. It was really wonderful to hear you today. And when I was driving from my home to office, I was chanting when I started, but when at the end I realized I was just thinking of Amardev. That was my realization. Thank you so much, Mataji. So I have to rush back to my meeting. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much for your sweet words of motivation. All glory Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Yes. If you have a question, you ask Mataji. Otherwise, then after that, we can end the
Yeah,
call.
yeah. The only thing I'm understanding more from Bhagavatam is that it is more, there's a lot more bhav in Bhagavatam if you compare to the Gita. Is that right, Mataji?
Yes.
Of course, it's more
Yes.
detailed, but a lot of bhavna. Gita is
Yes.
little more sermons and, so the bhavna, the bhakti comes out more in Bhagavatam. Is that right, Mataji?
Yes, because yes, 50% right and 50% I will explain to you. What you said is that in Gita, Krishna introduces us for different levels of people. Some people they only are seeing what I can get now. They're not bothered about what I'll get Krishna Bhakti and I'll get Krishna at the end. That they're not bothered. Last part, they want now. So for such people, Karma Yoga is there. And for some who want mystic powers, Jnana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga is there. But for those who want Krishna, Bhakti Yoga is there in Bhagavad Gita. So when all the yogas are introduced, it may feel like that because it's not full of bhakti. It has other yogas also. But at the end, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, you must sarva dharman parityaja mamekam sharanam. You must surrender unto me, he says. But how to surrender? That he does not say because he's saying at the end to surrender. Now, how to surrender? That detail is there in Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam starts with surrender and how the devotees have surrendered to Krishna. What is the mood of the devotees? What is the mood of the Supreme Lord? What is the loving dealings between devotees and Krishna? Even if they're friends, what is their way of loving exchange? If they're coming as enemies, what is the kind of loving exchange from Lord's side? How he fights for long time with his devotee enemies, and if they are concealed friends and externally supposed to be an enemy like Bali Maharaj, then how is his dealing with them? So these are all very sweet, heart-touching, heart-tickling type of experiences, details are there in Bhagavatam. Therefore, Bhagavatam will look so much nectarian, so much more juicy. But 50% what I want to explain is 50% what you said is this much. I agree. 50% is if you still read the Acharya's commentary, who is known as Rasika Acharya, who is full of bhav. That's why it's called Rasika Acharya. Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur, his commentary is there on Bhagavatam, and as Bhagavad Gita, it's called Sarartha Varshini. Now, he has written a commentary on Bhagavatam also. That's called Sarartha Darshina Tika. And on Bhagavad Gita, he wrote commentary called Sarartha Varshini Tika. And that is one single book, because Bhagavad Gita is also one single book. Unlike Bhagavatam has so many cantos, 12 cantos, Bhagavad Gita is only one. So only one commentary book is there. That if you can please buy from Amazon, it's called Sarartha Varshini Tika, single book, a commentary on Bhagavad Gita. And if you read it, it is so full of bhav, so full of rasa, because there he explains from one verse to another verse what is the hidden secret connection, what is the mood, what is the mood of Arjuna, what is Arjuna thinking, what is Krishna thinking, how is Krishna teasing, how is Arjuna being humbled, how is Arjuna speaking grateful things. All these details are pointed out by this Acharya. So when you read that, then you feel so much rasa in Bhagavad Gita also, but in Bhagavatam it is even more. So rasa is there in Bhagavad Gita, that when you read Acharya's commentary, you will realize. And after you complete full Bhagavatam, then when you go back to Bhagavad Gita, then you will see rasa there also. It's like when you see Krishna's form, it's very appealing in the beginning. But the one who is an advanced devotee, for him, even the sunlight is Krishna's light. He sees rasa in sunlight. He sees rasa in the taste of water. He sees rasa in every single fruit and vegetable. He sees the heat of fire also as Krishna. He sees all the nature's creations as Krishna. He sees digestion fire as Krishna. He sees his breathing air as Krishna. He sees Omkara as Krishna, first letter as Krishna. So when he sees all this as Krishna and when he feels it as Krishna, then the rasa he experiences even around him, how he becomes easily Krishna conscious, that is so much rasa. But for a beginner, even if it is told that, okay, water, this taste of water is Krishna, okay, let me taste, then what is this? I have tasted before, let me think it's Krishna and then taste. There's no taste as such, but this is Krishna. Okay. Like that. They don't understand. They cannot realize, even if they drink water, then we tell them that when you're really thirsty and then you get some little water with difficulty, how you feel? You feel so good. That feeling of good comes because water's taste is Krishna. And if you're made to choke like this by closing your nose and the mouth, and then you're not able to breathe, and then when you get a chance to breathe, how you feel so much relief. Actually, the relief giver is Krishna, then they understand something. But when they start seeing in everybody as Krishna sent people, every situation when they see as Krishna given circumstance for my purification, for my upliftment, and when they see that the sunlight also, how much vitamin D we need, it's giving us good health. That is our Krishna. And how tasty is this prasadam? That is Krishna's gift. And the taste is the rasa. Rasa is coming from Krishna. Like this, when we start thinking in connection with Krishna, then we start finding rasa even in the impersonal things. Like that, Bhagavad Gita, which may look a bit bereft of bhava, it may appear like that, but when the same reader completes reading Bhagavatam and releases Bhagavatam and then comes back to Bhagavad Gita, he or she will be able to experience rasa even in Bhagavatam, because we feel, Arey, this every single word is spoken by my Krishna. Who spoke Bhagavad Gita? Krishna spoke. Oh, this word, Dhritarashtra Uvacha, Dharma Kshetre Kurukshetre, Samaveta Yuyutsavaha, Mamaka Pandavaschaiva, Kima Kurbata Sanjaya. How nicely he must have recited. And am I reciting nicely to please Krishna? He recited for my sake. Sanjaya Uvacha, Drishtva tu Pandavanekam Vyudam Duryodhanastada Acharyam Upasangamya Raja Vachanam Abravit. This verse also spoken by the tongue through the lips of Krishna. So these all verses are my Krishna spoken words coming from his lotus lips. It is what comes out of his mouth is not different from him. So this Bhagavad Gita is my Krishna. So this is my Krishna's speech is equal to Krishna. And it's equal to all the bhav, it's equal to all the prem. In this mood, when you read Bhagavad Gita, after reading Bhagavatam, when you get back, then you will find the hidden rasa there. So, yes, rasa not there, yes, rasa not there. Is rasa there? Yes, rasa there. So you're 50% right, and 50% is the extension. That's all, dear Gita Mataji. Thank you
Yeah.
for your nice comment.
Yeah, Mataji, I'm seeing your prema for Krishna. It's so beautiful. It's really beautiful. One needs to get there, Mataji. So, what's the
I
name of
don't
the
know
book,
if it is
Mataji?
prema or it's my acting skill.
No, no.
For you
Uh,
all to make, for you all to understand, I use all my acting skills.
It's very touching, Mataji. Can you give me the name of the book, Mataji?
Yes, Sarartha Varshi. One of them is Sarartha Darshini Tika. One of them is Sarartha Varshini. If I am not mistaken, Sarartha Varshini is commentary on Bhagavad Gita, and Sarartha Darshini is commentary on Bhagavatam. I have both the sets. So because I am learning Bhagavatam and I compare, oh, here only I have, just a minute. I kept it right here in front of me. In case we need, I thought let it be there. See, Sarartha Darshini is Bhagavatam. I can reverse the camera for you. So D
Bharatha.
Darshini is Bhagavatam, commentary on Bhagavatam. Sarartha V Varshini is commentary on Bhagavad Gita. That's in my cupboard.
So, this is by who, Swami Mataji?
This is Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakura. He is one of the acharyas in our Gaudiya Sampradaya. He is one of the disciple of these Goswamis, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's team member. Means team members, disciple like that. I do not know at what position he is a disciple. He is an immediate disciple of Goswamis, or he is a disciple of Baladev Vidyabhushana, or Baladev Vidyabhushana is his disciple. All these details I don't remember. But
Yes,
he is
Mataji.
there in our parampara. He is above Prabhupada.
Thank you, Mataji. And the other one you said was Sarata Darsini and Sarata Varsini.
The Sarada Darshini is commentary on Bhagavatam.
Yes.
Sarada D you change by V.
V.
V for Vijaya. V for Vijaya. So Sarada Varshini is commentary on Bhagavad Gita.
Yes, Mataji. Thank you,
And I
Mataji.
purchased both long ago. So you also purchase both, periodically if it is expensive for you. First, you buy Sarartha Varshini and read it along with Prabhupada purports. You should read Prabhupada purports also. You should read this also. Then you'll get complete understanding, because Prabhupada has referred all these books and he put some of the points of Sarartha Varshini Tika, some of the points of Baladev Vidyabhushana's Gita Bhushana book. That's another commentary. These are Guru Shishya. One of them is Guru, one of them is Shishya. Gita Bhushana he has written, and that is a commentary also on Bhagavad Gita. So some places, one of them says one way, another person says other way, but it's not correct. It is like say, if you take this book, if you say what is the color of the book is plain green, and I will say no, it has print because it has print from my side, and it says no print from your side. So you and I talk opposite things about the book. I will say I was
Yeah.
holding a small book which had print. It was something like this was written. I will say you will say no. Mataji was holding a book which had nothing on it. It was plain green. So both speak opposite, but both are correct because yours is one perspective, mine is one, and both are Krishna given perspective. My teacher had told that when acharyas speak a commentary, they may speak two different things. Now, who is right and who is wrong? Both are right. The perspectives are different, and different perspectives are given by the mercy of the Lord. Lord gives them that darshana. Lord gives them the understanding inside behind every single verse. What is the mood? Like that, Lord gives them, and therefore they write according to the vision given by the Lord. So for one person, Lord gives one vision, for another person, another vision, because Lord wants all the visions to be put in the book so that we get a clear-cut understanding. And
Yes.
we can relish Bhagavad Gita with bhav. That's why it's all given. So you can purchase Gita Bhushana also. That was given because when that book was written, there were many logicians. So it is mainly targeting the logicians to get defeated, because they were all into Mayavad, impersonalism. They're saying that Lord is not a person. So to them, to defeat them strongly, Gita Bhushana was written. But when Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakura wrote, he just wanted to show the love of Arjuna and Krishna, which is hidden in behind these words. So he was openly writing those secret, sweet revelations between Arjuna's moods and Krishna's moods. Krishna's teasing in the second chapter, Krishna's cutting him down, and in the 11th chapter, how Arjuna becomes afraid and feels guilty, and how he remembers how he used to keep his two legs in front of the Lord and makes his wife press his leg all in front of the Lord. And this Lord is, my God, he's showing his universal form, such a great personality in front of him. How I behaved, my God, that all he fears. And then he speaks like this, he speaks like that. These kind of details and all is nicely explained by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakura. So when you read the mood of Arjuna, the mood of Krishna, and all those hidden details, we relish a lot. But yes, after reading Bhagavatam, when our devotional level grows further and further, with the growth in our devotional life, when we go back to Bhagavad Gita, we see it in more newer flavors and more realizations. And then again, you complete Bhagavatam, you get even more realizations. Then again, you go back to Bhagavad Gita, you get even more. So the more we grow in bhakti, the more and more Bhagavad Gita has to reveal to us, more and more Bhagavatam has to reveal to us, because these are not material literatures, they are spiritual literatures. Spiritual literatures never have a limit. They are unlimited. Realizations coming from them are unlimited. And it increases with our experience in our sadhana, in our devotional service. The more and more we indulge in chanting the holy names, the more and more we grow in bhakti. So the more and more we understand the depth of Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. I hope that helps. We can
Thank you,
end the
Ma.
session with this.
Yes, thank you, Mataji. Thank you so much.
You're most
So,
welcome.
so the Saratha, the Darshini, one should read after reading the Bhagavatam, completing it.
No, no. You
You
can read. You read Prabhupada's purport, and then you read this also parallelly. You
oh,
read 1.1 Prabhupada purport, then you read 1.1 Sarartha Varshini. 1.2 Prabhupada purport, then 1.2 Sarartha Varshini. Like that, you read together. You will understand
right.
nicely.
Thank you, Mataji. I'm very grateful, Mataji, for telling me. Thank you so much.
You're most welcome. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Even
Krishna.
I really felt like that's the biggest treasure that I got. So because it was so nectarian, I went and purchased all the commentaries. I purchased even Jiva Goswami's commentary on Bhagavatam. So I have all the commentaries with me now. And if I get to know any more, is it that also I will buy, and like that, because it's very nectarian. Commentaries, if you read along with Prabhupada purport, Prabhupada purport actually is very purifying. It purifies us and brings us to, it grounds us, and it makes us Krishna conscious. And this entertains us. This entertain. That is why I like entertainment also. I like purification also. So purification first, entertainment next. So
Yes,
Prabhupada
Mataji.
first, Acharyas next. So always read Prabhupada views first, prayerfully, grasp it, correct ourselves. With the corrected heart, read the Acharya's commentary, then you will really relish. So for the pleasure of devotees, these Acharya's commentaries are very good gifts actually. So that's
Thank you, Mataji.
all. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
Hare
Mataji,
Krishna.
I would like to say your class was so melodious. Your narration was so beautiful today. Like it captivated my heart. As you said, even though without knowing Sanskrit, like if you focus on these words, you can easily pick up some of the words and their meaning. Thank you, Mataji. Wonderful narration it was today. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yes, I agree with you, dear Mataji. All glories to Gaurang Darshan Prabhuji. Actually, if you don't sing in this raga, in this meter, if you don't sing, you will not understand the word. Because
Yeah.
when we don't sing, we read
Yes.
it wrongly, Mataji.
Correct. Correct.
Anasuya, we will read as Asunaya, and we
Yeah.
won't even know. When you say
Yes.
Asanaya in a hurry, we don't understand. So it feels like French. We don't understand anything. But when you sing in that particular meter,
Tune.
then you
Yes.
don't go wrong because
Yeah.
you will start focusing where the is there, where the is there. So to try to fit into the meter when you read, you will not miss the letter and you read properly. That
Yeah.
time you get to know, Are this word I'm familiar, this word I'm familiar.
Yeah.
Then what is the meaning? What is the meaning? We become very curious. We read word to word. And Gaurang Darshan Prabhu told in the last class in Bhagavatam Bhaktivedanta course that a speaker should be such that he should be reading and speaking Bhagavatam to increase his attraction and eagerness for the Lord.
Yeah.
And when the speaker speaks, his purpose should be to increase the eagerness in the hearer's heart for Krishna Katha.
Yeah. You did it today,
So,
Mataji.
yeah, this is because of Gaurang Darshan Prabhu's tune. All glories to him. Because his tune is really helping me. My eagerness has increased. So when I read in this way, I only pray that I don't disconnect from reading Bhagavatam. If I disconnect, I'll miss the tune. I'll forget the tune very fast. Only if I'm reading daily, I'll be in touch with the tune, and I'll not. That's why I recorded my tune and kept in the phone. In case I forget, I'll go back to it and I'll hear the tune and start learning. Even you all don't forget the tune.
Okay.
You also practice the tune and
Yeah.
read it with the tune, and then you will see that you will really fall in love with Bhagavatam.
Yeah.
And
Very
the
true.
word to word was the most austere thing for me to read in the
Yeah.
past. And now it's the most, it is like the spiritual gossip, it's like
Yeah.
a nectarian gossip, which I really eager to hear. Wow, what did he say? What did he say? Oh, this word means like this. Oh, now it makes sense. Oh, like that. And if
Yeah.
you see sometimes Prabhupada's word to word and translation sometimes don't match. Why? Because Prabhupada has referred many Acharya's commentaries and he has taken word to word from one of their commentary, translation from one of them.
Yeah.
And in purport, he has taken from another person so that we don't miss anybody. He
Okay.
has made sure we get everyone's everything. So word to word and translation, if something extra is there, which in word to word is not there. Why that extra? Some Acharya has given that commentary. So he has added that so that we
Yeah.
don't miss that. So these all
Yeah.
extras also we get, and we secretly enjoy that. Okay, so Prabhupada is telling this way here. Okay, that means some commentary is having this point. So these all things also we get to know, and it becomes like a nice
Yeah.
internal conversation with his acharyas, with Bhagavatam, with Prabhupada. It's a nice experience,
Yeah.
Mataji.
Yeah.
So I love the tune,
Yes,
and this
definitely.
tune, any other tune, I could not get this much clarity. This one tune, I am able to get it. You try
Yeah.
it, you will
Very
also
nice.
get it.
Thank you, Mataji. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji, for the excellent class. And after so many verses, you explained so nicely about Lord Vamandev Bhattu. And so it's a nice question answer session, as always. Yeah, we were waiting for you eagerly. Like last time, the class, we switched the class with Chaitanya Charan Prabhu and Surinder Prabhu and some devotees like Radha Seva Mataji. They were asking me, when is Mataji coming on the call? So, about you. So we love your classes, Mataji. Thank you so much. So
Thank you so much.
if nobody has
It's
any
always
question
good
or comment,
to have. It's always good to have only one class a month because I'll have so much realization to share. If I have weekly one classes, then where will be? I won't have so much to share. So it's
yes,
better some new people will come and they will give their realization. Then by that time I'll have enough to share.
Yes, Mataji.
Monthly one class is good.
Yes, Mataji. So, anybody has any question or comment? Otherwise, we can end up here. It's 9 o'clock now here. So, okay, nobody has question. Vancha kalpataru yasha kripa sindhu vaivacha पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव की जय।
जय
नवाचार्य शरदास ठाकुर की जय।
जय
भागवतम की जय।
जय
प्रभुपाद की जय। हरे
जय
कृष्ण। हर गए अमृत माधवी माता जी की
की
जय।
जय
सब
हरे